Okay, we are live on Instagram. We're about to be live on Facebook. And today, we're actually a lot earlier. We're 3 hours ahead of schedule, the usual schedule. We're gonna be trying out different times to see what kind of people show up at different times. It seems like from the insights, most of our engagement comes during the daytime before 6 p.m. So that's why we're doing the live at 3 p.m. today. And we're gonna be talking about what questions to ask your marketing agency or marketing person if you already have somebody, or what questions to ask somebody that you might be betting to work with. Because you probably didn't go to school for advertising. You probably maybe didn't even go to school. Maybe you just started construction right out of high school or whatever. So no one really taught you about advertising. Maybe you've learned along the way. So there's like key specific metrics that you want to be looking at to be able to know if things are working or not. First one, number one, obviously, is like, are you getting any leads? And if you are, what is the cost per lead? Because then that way you know, okay, it's costing me this much to get a lead, and it's costing me this much to go out and quote them, and out of 10, I can maybe close two of them. So if cost per lead is $100, what's going on, Ian? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. But long story short, if a cost per lead is $100 and out of 10 you close two, that means it's costing you about $500 per customer, which is not bad if you're closing these people for 5K to 20, 30K per pot, then it's amazing. $500 per qualified customer is amazing. You just have to really get to know the numbers and then the math. So if you're getting leads, you want to know the cost per lead, what the cost per quote is, if you will, what the cost per customer is. And then after you know those metrics, you know what your average customer is usually paying you. You're going to know if you're making money or not from that. And then you're going to know just from a few different metrics if you should double down or if there's a bottleneck in the business or in the advertising that you might be able to go in, tackle, and be able to free that up to be able to make more revenue. So those are like the first questions that come to mind. Also, how do you like, let's say that you're not working with them yet. How would they make sure that the leads are qualified? Like we've had this client, they were working with two other agencies or marketing persons working kind of like head to head, seeing which one would do better. And then he brought us on a third ad account to see if we would do better than them. And we found that those people were just asking the customers for name, email, and phone number. They were too afraid to add any extra other questions to qualify the people. And we looked at the numbers, and it actually was costing them more to qualify, to not qualify the people than us come in, add more questions to the form to then qualify the people to be able to get better leads. So, I mean, like the first question too is like, how are you qualifying the leads? You know, I would ask them a trick question too. Are you guys gonna like, let's say you're running ads in the Facebook, like on Facebook, would would you run ads in the housing category? I would ask them, like, are you guys going to be running ads for us in the housing category? You want them to answer no. A good agency will tell you, no, we are not running ads in the housing category because that's only for real estate agents. And I've seen a lot of construction companies who do advertise in their housing category, and it seems like it could be a waste of money. That could be trouble for you because it throttles the or it squeezes the amount of people who you can actually target, the targeting options. It's just no good for you. Also, how many other companies have they generated results for? Like, is this the first time they're really trying this out? And is there like data behind it, not just words? Is there actual data and results attached to what they're telling you? So you can like see the numbers because people lie, men lie, women lie, but numbers do not lie. So you want to take a look at that. And also, if you want to take it a step ahead, how many construction companies have they generated results for? What kind of results do they have in the actual space? Let's say you're a concrete and excavation company. How many jobs have they brought to their clients of that caliber? Because, if you're a roofer, it's going to be very different to get you jobs than it is to a landscaper, hardscaper guy. It's going to be a lot easier, a lot cheaper to get the hardscaper jobs and quotes, depending the type of content that they have available. But usually it's a lot easier to get certain trades better leads, if you will. Another question I would ask is, do I get direct access to you, or is everything through email? Like, let's say I'm talking to you, you're one of our prospects, we're looking to possibly work together, and then the whole time it's been with me, but then let's say we start working together, then I just offload you to somebody else in Mumbai, not even Jordan. Like Jordan and I always work with our clients like one on one. We have a group chat together. It's never really through email because it takes way too long to get a reply over there. It's either through Telegram, WhatsApp, or iMessage, depending on what the customer is better at. So communication is really important. So be sure to ask them, like, what kind of access do I get to you? Or you're just going to offload me to somebody in Mumbai? Because that could be trouble for you. Also, how much ad spend do you guys manage per month? Maybe you're looking at a company that is only like managing a few $100s per month, and that doesn't really give them much data to then help your company. Let's say that we're only managing like $5,000 a month, and there's another company who's managing $200,000 a month. Why would we have any more say than them if they have a lot more money that they're spending with every single month? So, for example, in a normal month, right now, with about like 10 to 15 clients, we'll manage anywhere from like 20 to 50K on average, sometimes a little bit more depending on the month. And that brings minimum 3 to 9x return for our clients is the average that we experience. So you want to be sure, like, what is the return that you're gonna be roughly getting? What is an average cost per lead? Like, you gotta get a quote, a proper quote. And usually we don't know as marketers. We would just have to do a financial model to see what a cost per lead might be, what a cost per appointment or visit might be, and what a cost per message or a cost per actual qualified job for you to start. Another one is like, how do you measure growth? Like as a marketer, are they just going to be measuring growth and like comments, likes, shares, and views? Or are they going to be measuring the growth likely the same way that you do? The way we measure growth is like, how much money are we bringing in month over month to our clients? Some clients, we can't really track that. So we're very communicative with them and making sure that we know if they're getting any extra deals. If we don't know the exact amount of revenue we're bringing, we want to know, are the phones ringing more? We want to know meaningful actions that make the needle move in their business. We could care less about likes, comments, shares, views. We don't care about that. It's a soft metric. It's a byproduct of running content and doing certain things. But we want to be sure that each one of our clients is getting results. Another thing I would ask is like, how many people are they working with at the moment? If you hop on a call with Homestars or any of those companies that is more like a marketplace for contractors, let's say, they're probably, I don't know, I don't even know if they would tell you, but they probably are working with minimum, I would say like 500 to 1,000 different customers per province. So let's say it's like 1,000, so that's like 10,000 customers over Canada, which is not bad if you do the math. 5,000 times, or let's say it's like, yeah, 5,000 customers in Canada times $495 that they usually charge because they have poverty pricing. That's about 2.4 million, which is on the low side for the year for Homestars. They probably do a lot more than that, so they probably have a lot more clients, or they have some clients that are a little bit on the average or higher average dollar. Now, my point is, if these people have tens of thousands of clients, even hundreds of clients, how are they supposed to give you any time, effort, or energy? They probably don't. Or maybe you think they do, and I mean, comment below if they think that these people actually have some time for you, but they probably don't. And let's say that some months go by, and they probably also lock you in for 12 months at a time. But let's say that you are locked in, the first few months go well, and then things start to dry off, you're likely going to go out, reach out through an email or some type of communication, call them, be like, hey, things are kind of slow. What's going on? You're going to ask some questions. And then they're probably going to do a little something on their side. Some leads are going to trickle in for maybe another week or two, and then things are going to slow down again. So it's almost like this loop of you having to reach out to them, for them to do anything good for you, and try to keep you on board. And if you ever try to cancel them, they're probably going to try to have you pay the remainder of the contract, which is is a robbery. It's a straight up robbery. But long story short, we just wanted to be sure that if you're ever interviewing anybody to be able to drive you more revenue for the business, drive more phone calls, more leads, more appointments, more jobs, that you're asking the right questions. That you're not just hiring really anybody that is maybe the lowest cost, because you probably know, as a hardscaper, landscaper, as a construction company, you probably know that if you go for the cheapest, it's probably going to cost you more trouble and more money at the end of the day. If you go for the most expensive, I mean, what could go wrong? I mean, maybe you pay them a little bit more, but the product and the service should be like top notch. So usually most people say they go for like the middle ground, whatever they feel is actually fair. You give something up, they give something up, so you have a meaningful, fair deal. But you want to be sure that you qualify these people. So I just want to make this quick. This video is about what questions to ask your marketer or your agency if you have somebody that you're partner with right now, or if you're vetting somebody to work with them, be sure to ask them these questions as well. Be sure to message us or drop any comments for next week's live. We're going to keep it at 3 p.m. It seems like it was better this time. And we'll talk soon. Bye.